Hello guys, so I was asked about ASM, which I get asked about ASM a lot, which I'm very fine with, no problems talking about it. But I was asked directly of what did I think about the delisting from the Korean exchanges. Was it BitDum and CoinOne, I think it was. Where do I see ASM coming from here? Do I think it's going to die off? What are my concerns? That was the general message, right? And so let's tackle some of these. I thought about waiting until I can sit down and pull up charts, but ultimately the charts are just going to show that recently it's been going down and we want it to go up, right? How does it go up? By people buying it. Why would people buy it? Because they hear about it and think it's a good project. I mean, like, the same things kind of get repetitive over time for it. But specifically, what do I think about the delisting and what do I think the chances are of ASM surviving? So, the survival thing first. I don't know what specifically this individual meant by do I think it's going to survive or what's the chances, meaning by this bull run, by 3 or 5 years from now. So, I'll start with it as, do I think it's going to survive the bull run? Yes, I do. Do I think it's going to, plain and simple, I think it will. I've got no reason to think that it won't. But I guess, what do you mean by survive? Do you mean, is it going to pump up 100x? Do I think we're going to get a full altcoin season from it where it pumps, 5 to 20x from now? That one I think it will. I very much think it will. Do I think it's going to die, go to zero, and be bankrupt by the end of this year? No, I've got no reason to think that. They've got a working product. They're a company that they actually make money. So it's not going to go to zero. It's not going to go. So I got to translate the question to, can we still make money from ASM at the prices that we got in at? And for this individual, I think they got in somewhere around between 2 and 3 cents on and off. I could be completely off on that one. But even if you got in at the top where I saw it in the local high in around 7 cents, yeah, I still think you're going to make money from it. When is the biggest question, but I think this bull run will be perfectly fine for it. So the chances of survival, I think, in terms of making money this alt season, as close to 100% as I can estimate or think anything else will. What do I think about the delisting? It really didn't bother me in either way. We knew it was coming, right? Like, they announced it at least a month ago. I did a small video on it. I think it was over a month ago. But we knew it was coming. And it was just, they were small ones. If Coinbase drops them, that's a different story. So when large exchanges delist coins, depending on why they delist them, it's concerning. Even honestly, if we don't know why, it's still kind of concerning when a large exchange, Binance or Coinbase, or even some of them, we'll say like Gate.io or Mexi, they're not huge, but they're sizable enough. Those drop coins, then we got to start looking into it more. So, they picked up I don't want to call it a deal with Gate.io because it's not an actual deal or partnership like they have with Binance, but Gate.io is doing a high rate staking of 12% for them. And ASM has been talking about it. Guys, if you have it on these exchanges, we suggest moving it over to Gate.io for staking at 12%. And I love that they're doing that. I think that is smart. I think that is a great marketing move. And if I didn't require to go ahead and do the whole VPN thing here in the US to do it on Gate.io, I would. Because I got no problem staking. I like staking. And if I'm going to hold it for a while, why the hell not? So I saw that as a huge positive that they were pushing that. It officially got announced, so people were freaking out about an exchange that they might not have even ever heard of, delisted it. Okay, so my look on this is a couple different ways. One, you could look this as a potential legendary entry. If you're looking at getting in a high risk, high reward due to a tiny ass microcap AI play, it could be great. We don't know how good, but it could be great. Great entry point right now. If you believe that it's going to do well, or you have some side change, or you want to put into a high risk, high reward micro cap AI play, great DSA time. I put literally a couple bucks every week into ASM just because keeps my average down, adds a little bit into it, and it will decrease the amount that I have to sell it for to hit my goal. So I'm not sweating the least bit. I would love for it just to go in the other direction, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing that worries me at all. And I know that they're actively trying to get on larger exchanges. And I guess I'll jump back real quick, because I said that if Coinbase would drop them, that would be a big deal, because that would be a huge deal, actually. I don't think that's going to happen, and the reason why is they just now got deployed on Base. All right, they're now running on Coinbase's ecosystem, essentially. In addition to, they are trying to get a data sharing partnership with them. Nothing's finalized. If that becomes finalized, that'll be a big deal, and then I would speculate that would catalyze Coinbase then putting ASM as their earn to learn little thing to earn free crypto. So hopefully it'll happen down the road. But if you get too nervous about it and you're worried that you're not going to make enough money or you're going to lose money, you always have the option to sell. Just do realize that when you sell in the red, you lost, right? It is what it is. Right, so I mean, you can take calculated risks if you're really that concerned about it. No shade to me if you decide to sell a crypto that I'm in. Makes no damn impact to me. But make decisions that you think is best for you. I'm going to continue buying a little bit. It will get to a point where I'm not going to do it anymore, because I'd rather just move things into other crypto. But if you're curious what I'm thinking it's a good time to buy if you want to increase your bag. Otherwise, where do we think we're going to go from here? That was the phrasing for another part of the question. Where does it go from here? I have no reason to think it's going to be any different. I really don't, because they're still working on targeting untouched demographics in Europe. They're still talking to the large exchanges that they're not currently on to both get on and to get data partnership deals with. They're still increasing their marketing, getting on Google News, so they can spread the word out more, so they can get more corporations to pay to use their service, which will also increase the amount of TVL that goes through Base, so price will go up that way. So, if anything, we're delayed a little bit, but as I've been, I think, pretty direct and honest with you guys, I don't expect it to hit until later in the cycle anyway, because traditionally, and it can always be different, and there's always exceptions and outliers, but traditionally we see Bitcoin and then Ethereum. It could be Ethereum, Solana, XRP, but we'll call it Ethereum right now. And then large caps, and then moderate caps, and then micro caps, and they keep going down the chain for utility coins. And ASM's a micro cap. So where do we go from here? I still think we're going to go up by the end of the year. That's my thoughts. Let me know yours. How concerned are you about ASM? Have you hopped into it? Are you DCAing? Are you selling? Are you looking at opening a position now? Because it's lower than pretty much any of the rest of us have got into it. So if you're looking for a microcap, probably a good time to get in. Could it go lower? Of course it could. All crypto can always go lower. And then other crypto can go up out of nowhere. So I guess I'm extending this ramble. Because I had two people, I think they were different people, one on Twitter, one on YouTube today, asking me about Hashflow HFT, which I haven't talked about in like 2 months. Because I swing traded that for a little like 2.5x. And then coincidentally, about an hour after the second person reached out to me, it went up over 100%. I'm suspecting that a decent sized Discord got into it. Unless for some reason a weird announcement for a DEX came out. But, I mean, things can just go randomly in either direction for no reason. Right? So, those are my thoughts. I'm not concerned. I'm still holding it till the end of the cycle. Until it starts hitting my sell limits. If I start getting nervous when I think that the market's about ready to take a turn, or it is turning, I'll take profits for less than what the initial goal is, but I've got no reason to deter what my plans are. So, curious about you guys. Talk to me. Peace.